Okay, so today we're talking about a game that everyone said ruined Assassin's Creed. They were going a bit OTT with it, but you get the point. And judging by the title, the first thing you may think of, especially if this is the first time you're ever on my channel, is, are you fucking insane? No. I am being serious. This is why I think Assassin's Creed Unity was a good game. Yes, when the game first launched, it had more problems than TikTok and its nonsense. And when the developers finally decided to fully polish the game, it was a bit too late, and yeah, Unity was considered one of the worst of Assassin's Creed. Now, after hearing all of that, you'd think, surely there wasn't an Assassin's Creed game that was worse than that. No, they made it worse even with polishment. And obviously I'm on about Odyssey. Fucking Jesus, I will never play that game, I'm sorry. Never. But I played this game in 2020. Yeah, a bit late. But I still played it, and with all the polishments and everything else, I actually quite enjoyed the game. And obviously there's already been a few videos that's absolutely banged of people talking about why Unity actually is a good game with the polishments, but I thought I'd put my opinion out there as well, because obviously I'm the king of putting out my opinions. So I always do these types of videos in a 5-point system, so here we go. The 5 reasons as to why I think Assassin's Creed Unity is good, and why I recommend you play it. So let's go. Number 1, the character. What? The best thing about Assassin's Creed Unity is the character? Yes. It actually is. Do not believe all these other people when they say, oh, I know it's just the boring version of Ezio. No. No. Do not put Ezio and Arno together. Put them two separate and you'll realise why I said that Arno is a very good character. Yes, he has a similar character arc to Ezio. He has a similar stuff to Ezio. He has a similar personality to Ezio. Yes. But that's the whole point. Like, it just is. The whole point of the game was the fact that Arno was quite similar to Ezio, but it was just in a different atmosphere, and to be fair, it's not like he was exactly the same character through and through, really, was it? I mean, if it was, I would have agreed with you. He should have just been a different character, but he was not. It was an incredibly funny character, and I laughed at actually most of his jokes, which isn't normal for me. I never really laugh at too many jokes because I'm kind of boring like that. He had a great story and quite a interesting arc, and something that they never really did correctly. They never really did a sequel, which I feel like they should have. There's obviously a few characters in the Assassin's Creed franchise that they really should make a second game on, but probably never will, which is kind of sad. And also during playing this playthrough, because I by accident deleted all of my saves, so I had to start again. I only played Arno for about 5 minutes and remembered just how much I loved this character. It's not even like a specific thing. It's not even something I can pinpoint. It's just like you only know why I love him so much if you play him. And it's not even like he's relatable or anything. It's just, I don't know, he's just like a really interesting character to me and I love him. And yeah, that's my main reason as to why I love Assassin's Creed Unity. And I don't really understand why everyone else says he's shit for. It's not like he's boring or anything. He's got quite a good personality. He's got good arcs. He's got, good humour and all this shit. And I go on for another 20 seconds. So let's just move on to number 2, which is obviously the city. Yeah, you can't lie. The graphics in this game is fucking amazing. Yes, the graphics is what fucked up the game in the first place. But when they did all of the bug fixes and shit like this that took, I'm pretty sure, like 2 to 3 years, the graphics behind it all was just amazing, and you can't lie, you ran around the city a few times just because of how beautiful it was. I did all like the synchronizations before even the first fucking sequence. Like, I was just going around the whole city, and I went on the DLCs and walked across the cities there, and just all of the little details in this game is so amazing. You can tell that they just worked hard on the graphics themselves and the next gen, all this stuff whilst doing Rogue, and it was. Yeah, you gotta put respect on it. It was quite good. Like, don't lie. Look how absolutely beautiful that is. It's even in blue and it looks good. I'm in Smurf mode right now and that looks pretty cool. That is when you know you've made a good game. And also, I never got to the point of the Eiffel Tower, but have you seen the Eiffel Tower part? Oh my god, I am even crying right now. It looks amazing. It looks so good. Number 3, the combat. Right. The combat system is probably up there with some of the best in the whole franchise. You can't like it actually took skill to win fights in this game, which is probably why if you ever saw me stream this, oh my god, I lost too many times. Like, you needed your exact good sword, your exact good fighting style. You needed like everything to be good at the fighting technique, which is why it took me about 2 weeks to finish this game. with the streams, I was streaming, like, this is when I first started streaming, it was to this game, and it still took me like 2 weeks, even though I was streaming like 3 hours at a time. That is how terrible I was at the fighting in this game. Look at me there. Look at me. It took me so long, I just refused to actually click square there. Oh my god. However, I'm probably best putting this part into the video. This actually isn't my favourite combat. This is my second favourite. Black Flag is my favourite, probably just because of how absolutely good I was at it. I used to just be able to like go through like 5 people at a time in like 10 seconds. Just, I was very good. Number 4, the DLCs. I quite liked them. Please don't hang me. Yes, the DLC was all about solving puzzles. Yes, it was hardly any kind of fighting. Yes, it was quite boring. Yes, it all just looked pretty shitty and it was all very short. But the story moved on from the main quest, and obviously we needed to know more about what happened to Anna after Elise's death. This is what you get in the DLC, and it was also for free. Well, for me anyway, so that was also a quite nice touch. I also quite liked the arc between Anna and that little kid that he was with, because he basically just told him to go fuck himself, and I just thought it was quite funny. I also thought like the really dark and depth world that we were in during the DLC was also quite a nice touch, especially because it was the mood that Anna was in. He wasn't very happy. He just wanted out. He just wanted to run off and just live his life. He didn't want to be around anyone anymore, and I just thought it was quite a nice touch with that too. So yeah, that's why I quite like the DLCs, and that's why I've got it on the list. And finally, number 5, I didn't really have much for this. My 5-point system it's just gone completely out of the window, but I did quite like how they used the animus in this game, like, because I think it was mainly because we were able to go into like World War II scenery and like after the king's death scenery as well. I think it was like the 1800s, and I quite liked all of that, and it was like a really cool place to be. And I'm not gonna lie, I really want to play Unity again just so I can go in again. And I'm not gonna lie, I quite liked how every so often we had to leap into another timeline to try and get away from the storm that the Abstergo was trying to delete the game, and it was they were doing all that. I quite like that touch to it as well. I don't really have a 5th point too much. I just quite liked, you know, little bits of the story. The people, the dense crowds of people was quite fitting for France. I quite liked how they didn't just fix on one timeline. They obviously started in the 1300s, which you can see there. He really did not like the assassins, and I mean, if you're getting burnt alive, can you really blame him? Then in our first other Helix glitch, we had to go into, I think it was the 1800s, around 100 years after this game's main location was, and you could see Paris, and it was the Eiffel Tower, and everything was really nice and romantic, and I quite like that, just because I actually never really knew what it was like after the French Revolution, so it was quite nice to see that. And then obviously they did another Helix glitch, and it was back in the 1940s, which was also incredibly cool, and it was like French under Nazi regime, and the Eiffel Tower was fucked, and it was really dark and gloomy, and there was planes coming around and people were trying to kill you, and I quite liked that as well. It kind of gave me like an adrenaline rush, and I quite liked the every floor that you were doing on the like the Helix grabbing, and you had to try and find the assassin, the lost assassin, and all this stuff. I quite like that as well, the lost assassin. Like, just the whole animus thing I quite enjoyed, and it was quite fun. And I think because of someone like me who loves history and loves nature and beauty and landscapes and all that, I think I just really loved that part, just because of how many things it was throwing us into. So yeah, I guess that's the 5th point then, the animus. But I guess that is my video. I kind of feel like I just spent most of that time talking about the animus. But yeah, I guess so. This is my opinion in it. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't dislike this video. This is not my favourite. Like, of all the ones that I've played, this is my least favourite, but it still doesn't mean I get to disrespect it. Obviously, there were a few bad things in it. The story took way too long to get into. Obviously, there were still a few glitches that you get into during the game. The level point system was just ridiculously hard to go in. But apart from that, there were a lot more pros for me than cons, and I more or less enjoyed the game and kind of want to run through it again. But I'm still going through Origins, so I can't do that. It's really annoying. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave the biggest like in the world. Let me know which game's your favourite, and if you don't like Unity, why not? Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and yeah, I see you all in a bit. Peace!